Hi there, welcome to the Golf Shack down at Moor Allerton, joined by my editor Dan Murphy, who's just got back from Ping's European headquarters in Gainsborough and has got fitted into the brand new G400 crossover. I've got his old G crossover here. So Dan, just tell us a little bit about your first impressions on the new G400 and how it compares to the old model, just from a looks point of view rather than a performance point of view.
Well, it looks, I guess, more like a proper golf club. So people would ask me what my old crossover looked like, and I'd say, well, it's just sort of my hitting thing. It's like kind of a hybrid-y iron type thing, and it was like my clubber. This looks much more like a driving iron, I guess. So more like a regulation golf club, I'd say.
Cool. Just a little bit in terms about what Ping have done with the technology in the G400 compared to the old G. You'll be able to notice straight away that the sole is a lot wider. They actually wanted to make the slimmer sole just so it sort of, I don't know, just so it glided through the turf a little bit easier as well, and just plus as well, you see how fat that toe is. They were concerned that some complaints people had about this was just those toe strikes just went a little bit too far left. That's something you experienced with this when you did catch it out of the toe, wasn't it?
I think most people thought it went a bit flat. For me, that was great, because anything that keeps the ball down for me on a club like that, I'm well up for. So that wasn't a problem to me. What was a problem was, as James rightly says, that bulbous toe. When I get one out of the toe, I've probably come over the top of it anyway, so it's going to start left, and it just shut the face down for me. And those shots out of the toe were an absolute disaster.
A little bit more on the technology. What they've changed is the Ping are actually saying that this is going to fly a little bit higher, which is quite interesting to hear. Because dancers like to see it fly flat. But what Ping said that some people said was people were struggling to hold greens with it, so they wanted to actually launch it a little bit higher. So yeah, they've just got a little bit more flex in the face just to pop it up a little bit higher. And obviously, like we've touched on before, the finish is completely different, which yes looks fantastic, but that hydro pearl finish is actually a lot better if you're hitting out of the rough and you've got like water on the face. It's not going to stick on the face as much and kind of result in those like fly lies that you might get. So. Ping is saying you're going to be coming a little bit hotter off the face but flying a little bit higher, but they say that dispersion is going to be tighter because your heel and toe strikes, you're not going to have as much curvature. I actually saw some really cool stats on that from their Ping Man testing where they'd hit it out of the toe with this and hit it out of the toe with that, and the difference in curvature was massive. That was actually going a lot straighter, so it'll be interesting to see how it works in the performance. We're going to get Dan hitting 5 or 6 shots with his old custom fit 3 and his new custom fit 3. They're both the same loft in these, aren't they? We've both got 19 degrees, is that right?
No, 18 on the old one, 19 on the new one.
Okay, so 18 on this, so again, that's another reason why you maybe get a little bit higher launch on that, but if Ping have improved the ball speed, the distances, I guess they think should be the same, but just coming down from a little bit of a higher angle. So, enough chat, let's get Dan hitting some shots. Okay, so we've just had Dan hitting a range of shots there with his old, well it's not that old, but his Ping G3 crossover, and he's then been hitting some shots with the new Ping G400 3 crossover. Before we get stuck into the TrackMan numbers there, Dan, that you told me that this club for you would be like your 240 total club?
Yeah, so again, I'm really trying not to get bogged down in a club going miles. I kind of want to know how far it's going to go. So when I was at Ping last week, I asked them if we could create a crossover that on a really good shot ran out to 240, so that's what I'm trying to create.
Okay, and which we're sort of like there or thereabouts. We've sort of, just looking at the averages there, you've got an average carry 220, total 235, pretty much on both. There really isn't any difference there that we're noticing from a carry or total point of view, which I guess is a good thing. You don't want a club to start all of a sudden start going 10 yards further, and I don't think Ping being Ping, they're not saying that this is a club that's going to give you 10 extra yards. What they are actually saying, it's going to a club that's going to get you a little bit more height to maybe stop it on a green a little bit more. So we can see there from the G400 that it has actually launched a little bit higher. It's actually height there as you know, is sort of 4 or 5 feet higher, and just from observing from me and watching you hit shots, you could see that the ball flight was just a little bit higher and not quite as flat with this model, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm not trying to hit this a phenomenal distance. I want to hit it the same every time. So I felt when I was hitting this that it was just probably flighting a touch higher. Interestingly, and I don't know if our sample size is big enough, but my club head speed is down quite a bit, like 3.5 miles an hour when I was hitting this one. And I don't know if that's because it's brand new, it's the first time I've ever hit it, and I don't know if I was just getting used to it. I can't think of any other good reason why I would have gone down 3.5 mph on average. Probably just sample size, probably just getting used to it. But interestingly, I've basically got the same numbers through better quality of strike, higher smash factor. So maybe there's a lesson there.
I think so, and like I say, if you got used to it a little bit more, and if you were started to swing it a little bit faster, we probably would have seen maybe slight yardage gains there. But I don't think we're talking about about huge numbers here, and I think what Dan wants with that club is he wants it to kind of go the same distance as this club, but he just wants his misses to be a little bit better.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what a lot of golf manufacturers like Ping are trying to achieve. They're trying to make your bad shots not quite so bad, and I think that they're definitely onto something with the crossover and what they've done there, because anyone that's used this club knows that a toe strike with this is going a little bit left. So all signs are positive, I think, with the new model, particularly with the looks, the sound and the feel. It'd be quite interesting to see what you guys think. I'd really like you to post below if you're an existing crossover user, or if you tried it and didn't like it, and there's things that you're more liking about that model. It's actually quite interesting. We saw Lee Westwood with the old model playing at Royal Birkdale, and maybe that was just because of the conditions. He just wanted to see that flatter ball flight. But it'll be interesting to see when we go back in, when the PGA Tour gets back up and running in Florida, you may see him opting for the G400. Well, hope you enjoyed that video. Like I say, comments below, any more questions about the specifications, shaft length, shaft options, loft, swing weights, anything at all, please post them below and we will get back to you with them. So I hope you enjoy that video, and we'll see you again soon.